Here's a recap of the Chapter 7 Season 1 storyline. Following Hope and Jones's distress signal sent out across all realities, we united to fight the dark presence and free the 0-point shard from within him. After an intense and epic battle, we finally defeated him, freeing the shard after a whole year of trying. This then activated the shard's energy and teleported us to the Chapter 7 map. Welcome to the Golden Coast, Reality 266. This marks the beginning of a new era where some of the greatest stories will unfold. It all starts with a new kind of threat, the Dark Harvester, whose first target was the battle bus driver. And so now, our only way to the island was storm surfing. But that didn't last for long, because after working together as a community, we collected battle bus pieces for its repair, and a few weeks later, we welcomed back the bus driver. While all this was going on, just outside of Classified Canyon, a familiar-looking meteor was discovered. This was in fact one of the Seven's crashed meteors containing the Order. She made it to the island after picking up the distress signal during her fight with the Dark Presence. She's here to explore the new island, and it's here she leaves us our first audio log. Mission log. I was scanning the aftermath of the battle for Reality 783 when I picked up a distress signal sent by Agent Jones. It's been a while. He and I have a lot to catch up on. Whatever's going on, odds are the 0-point is involved. Initial scans show this place has an intense concentration of 0-point energies. I'll need more info to make a complete assessment. Talking to Jones about the Seven, he says, "They are my greatest allies. They convinced me to leave the imagined Order to fight for a free island. We freed the 0-point, which left it exposed to its enemies. The Seven are scattered. Some of them are lost. I don't know who's still out there, but if something really bad is coming, we'll need the Order makes her way to the storm station on the northern coast of the island, where we can find our second audio log. Mission log. Someone else is making a play for the shards, and I need to find out why. I could really use some help here. For the Seven, we are what we used to be. I miss my sister most of all. Okay, time to lock in on the mission. I'll scout the area and see what I'm up against." As the Order continues her investigations, the Dark Harvester draws nearer to the island, eventually reaching Inaloop Labs. This is a high-tech company extracting energy from the 0-point shard, transferring it to an underground particle collider. The Dark Harvester is attracted to the energy given off from the 0-point shard, and with it now hovering above, it started to affect the storm by changing its shade, and the Order picks up on this in her next audio log. Mission log. This reality feels familiar in so many ways, yet something's not quite right. The loop seems stable, at least for now, but the storm has changed, almost like someone's been tampering with it. Maybe it's because the 0-point's been fragmented. Who knows what kind of instability that might have introduced. I wish the scientist were here. That big brain of his would come in handy right about now. If only... Never mind. I've got work to do. The Dark Voyager began to open up a golden portal, found its target, and rifted away to reality unknown. This is OG's timeline, and the Dark Voyager upgrades the Ice King's castle and his armor in exchange for the 0-point shard. He also has the Foundation frozen in a block of ice. While the Dark Voyager is in reality unknown, the Order takes this opportunity to investigate what's happening at Inaloop Labs, where she leaves us her final audio log. Mission log. This tech company's headquarters should contain all the necessary components to execute my plan. Have to be careful though. The place is crawling with thugs working for the Dark Voyager. Based on that ship of his, he's connected to the last reality. But something feels off. I think there's more going on than meets the eye. Stand by. I've got a lock on one of the pieces I need. Once I'm able to send the signal, then my old friend should... Wait, that looks like... a boarding mission. Jones, if you receive this message, I need you to... The Dark Harvester had rifted back to the island with the second 0-point shard, taking over Inaloop Labs and captured the Order. The second zero-point shard was lowered into place as the Dark Voyager began rebuilding it. Talking to Karina reveals she hacked into Inaloop servers and found a ton of redacted files. She goes on to say, "I don't know what a 0 point is or why the number 7 is such a big deal, but I do know the Dark Voyager taking over Inaloop Labs can't be a good thing." She also reveals there's a secret cell hidden underground. And it turns out she's right. There is a secret cell, and this is where we find the Order has been captured, and she needs our help to break her out. "Looper, your island is in danger. You can call me the Order. I can help you deal like a Dark Voyager. But first, I need your help. This barrier is blocking my ability to rift out. Get me a key card. I spotted a blue-haired girl sneaking around down here. She might have gotten her hands on one." After some digging, we obtained the keycard and managed to free the Order from the cell. This caused the Dark Voyager to go on the defensive, instantly obliterating anyone who tries to get in the way of his plans. With the Order now free, she sets up base just outside of Classified Canyon. "This Dark Voyager is dangerous, and we don't know what he's planning to do with the 0-point shards. We need to gather the 7, or what's left of us. To do that, we need to work together. If you can get me materials, I can forge the transmitters we need. The scientists gave us all a database of blueprints for emergencies like this one, plus a folder I don't even want to open called Notes from Therapist." After gathering enough resources, we helped the Order set up the transmitter. When I landed, I couldn't get any of the other 7 members on my comms. Some of us have fallen. This beacon will reach whoever's left. Good work. I don't know who will answer this call, but soon enough, the 7 will stand against the Dark Voyager. Whatever he's planning, we've got to stop it. Shortly after setting up the transmitter, a mysterious giant red rift appeared above the island, and it wasn't long before someone answers the call. The visitor has landed after picking up a signal from the 7's comms, and we assume he's here to help the Order with her mission. Accessing audio log. Timestamp rocket arrival. Visitor, you're different. I remember you being taller. Fascinating. You are not the Order I expected to meet when I picked up your distress call. We originate from different realities, perhaps even divergent timelines. When the 0 points involved, nothing's easy to explain. We face a common enemy. My friends and I could really use your help, no matter where or when we come from. The 7 stand together. Tell me what you need me to do. We've got a base of operations set up nearby. I'll give you a briefing there. And visitor, it's good to see you again, even if it's for the first time. Fishsticks accidentally gets caught up with the Dark Voyager's plans and takes him hostage in an attempt to locate one of the 0-point shards. Yeah. The Voyager then teleported his ship to an ocean-themed reality and used a tractor beam to extract the 0-point shard. inadvertently vacuuming all the water in the process. Lupa, you need to speak to the Order. She's studying to pursue the Dark Voyager. Alone. In my reality, her sister was the impetuous one. I can hear you, Viz. And I am fine. Looper, disregard the visitor. This work is necessary. You know, if you're so concerned, Viz, you could join me. Bad ideas don't improve themselves by propagating. We don't know what the Dark Voyager is capable of. And we won't know until we do some recon. You need to stay away from the Dark Voyager. That's an order. What makes you think I take orders from you? I stalked the Voyager through the husks of burnt-out stars and the ashes of crumbling realities. If you were easily dealt with, don't you think I would have done that by now? We've only just met, so I don't really know what you're capable of. Get off my comms, visitor. Your hubris and impatience are endangering the mission. You've become reckless, like your sister. The Imagined would understand the stakes here. I'm surprised you don't. Did you learn nothing from losing her? I learned one thing. It's better to be reckless than timid when everything is on the line. Looper, await my next call. Over and out. The Dark Voyager returned to the island with the third zero-point shard after kidnapping fish sticks to locate it, and we get an update from the Order. The visitor doesn't understand. How could he? He's not our visitor. In his reality, the downfall of the Seven hasn't happened yet. He talks about failing, about losing people like it's theoretical. It's not theoretical for me. I won't fail another island. We need to access the Dark Voyager's communications. Once we know the scope of his ambitions, we can figure out how to counter him. Bailey, scan and summarize encrypted communications. The encrypted channel features a single message, addressed to a redacted comm. It says, I will not fail you. I was right. The Dark Voyager is working for someone. I need to tell the visitor. And look into a few things. I'll be in touch, Looper. Things are about to get interesting. When talking to Hope, she says, I've been getting these mysterious coded messages from a group called the Elites. They've been recruiting the best from all over, including my old frenemy Dago. If I can show them we're serious, I bet they'd be willing to help us with what's coming next. After the Dark Voyager lowered and aligned the third zero-point shard, he then used all his ship's energy and power to shock the zero-point. This reactivated the Zero Shard's Nexus core and caused the zero-point to bloom, opening up multiple reality portals across the map. These portals are the different realities the Dark Voyager has visited throughout the season, leading us into Chapter 7 Season 2. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for future storyline videos.